Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about how to make breakfast using just acorns. Just keep watching. Alright guys, managed to find us some white oak acorns. These work the best, they don't have as much tannic acid in them. But we're going to go through this whole process and show you guys how to process whatever type of acorn you guys got. So you can make coffee or cook with it, whatever you want to do with it. But you want to make sure that they look pretty much like this. You don't want them to be too black, and you don't want to have a bunch of fungus and mold on them and things. And you don't want them to have holes in it like this one does. You see that hole there? That means that there's a little worm inside of it. So you want to just take that and toss it back. You also want to watch for acorns that have cracks in it. It's a good chance that's not going to be any good anyways. There's probably a worm in it. Could be discolored. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. Just kind of crumbles. It's not one you want to use. Alright guys, I wanted to show you this real quick. Whenever I say white oak leaves look like this. They've all got those kind of rounded edges, like you see right here. They've all got those edges on them. Alright, after you've gathered up your acorns, you just want to kind of put them in your container, whatever you're going to be using. You'll need a couple of handfuls of them there. Doesn't need to be filled up too much, depending on how dark you want it. The fire is going good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take some of our water, cover our acorns with it. Before I forget to mention, you want to take these caps off. I almost forgot that myself. Just take all those off because you don't want those mixed in with your coffee. Keep taking those little caps off. Looks like that's all of them. You just want to fill it up. Get nuts. Alright, after you got that caps all off and the acorns covered with water, you just want to take it and stick it on the fire for a while. Alright guys, you can see how brown that water is now. That's the tannins being leached out of the acorns. I mostly got white oak acorns, but there are some red oak acorns mixed in with it, and it's not so bad with the white oak acorns, but you still want to leach the tannins out. You can't really digest it as a human. Deer and things eat it just fine, but you gotta leach those tannins out before you can consume them. Alright, here's a better look at those tannins, guys. See that dark discolored water? That's those tannins being leached out of it. You want to keep changing this water out until this stuff comes out clear. It's not going to come out 100% clear, but it'll come out where it's not looking near as dark as that. And I'll show you guys that here in a few minutes. This will probably take 7 or 8 times boiling it and changing the water out. But just keep watching. We'll get this stuff done. Alright guys, I've gone ahead and I've boiled this different changes of water 7 times, so I'm going to show you the difference once you leach those tannins out. It's still got a little color to it, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. And that's going to be fine. Comes out looking like that, that's alright. Alright guys, after you've leached all the tannins out of these acorns, you're going to want to take the shells off. And a lot of people think that the acorn doesn't have a shell, they just think that this is the acorn. But the acorn is actually inside this shell. You just kind of want to crack it open with your fingers. You can use a knife if you want to. You can do this before you leach the tannins out too if you want. Either way, the tannins still got to come out. And you want them to kind of look like kind of a cream color to a yellow color. Show you guys a little bit better. Alright guys, this is the color you kind of want to get. See, it's kind of a cream color, a little bit of yellow color to it. You definitely want to watch out for the moldy ones, the ones that are nasty looking. If they're too dark or black, you don't want them, you just throw them back to the woods. Alright guys, after you've gotten all the shells off your acorns, you just want to kind of put them on a rock, some kind of a hard place. And you just want to take your knife and just kind of chop them up into smaller pieces. Be careful when you're chopping it, you don't want to hurt your knife blade. You don't want to get any rolls or any chipping on it. Kind of give them nice, soft little cuts. And these don't have to be super small, but you want to be pretty decent size.